How's it going, everybody? It's the newbie lad here, and today I present to you my first review, or Wiiview if you saw the title. This is one of my first game review videos, so I wanted to choose a game I've dearly loved since my late childhood. It's, of course, Kirby's Return to Dreamland. That's right, the game that brought Kirby back into the 2D spotlight is making its return as my first reviewed video. So everybody, let's just get into the video. Kirby's Return to Dreamland, while a return to his pure 2D platforming phase, wasn't his first game on the Wii. Actually, it was Kirby's epic yarn, which was a year before Return to Dreamland, shockingly. Anyway, let's begin with our review. Kirby's Return to Dreamland for me was a dream come true when I got to try out the game at my friend's house. He had a modded Wii, so it was like a dream come true for me when I saw his wonderful Wii games. But we decided to play Kirby's Return to Dreamland for a change, and that's when my love for Kirby grew. That's when I wanted every Kirby game up to that point, but I only had a 2DS, so it was tricky at the time. Still, playing Kirby's Return to Dreamland started my love for Kirby, and I'll never forget that. The first thing I will say when finally starting up the game is that the cutscenes are beautiful. To the beginning, where DDD and Bandana D are chasing Kirby for that delectable strawberry shortcake. Don't know if that's a Squeak Squad reference, but I'll go with it. As well as the Star Cutter just casually crashing down from another dimension. It's all just random, but beautiful. But once that's all over with and we get started in the first world, here comes the true gameplay, and oh my god. Even to this day, the controls are on point. Even if we had to use a Wii remote, I still find it to be on point with every button I press away on. Though I will admit, the D-pad mixed with swimming controls is kind of difficult to get used to when you're getting around, let's say, World 3 and a bit of World 4 with the water stages, but besides all of that, it's quite enjoyable when you get down to it. The stages may be quite easy, as Kirby is generally known for being a simple and easy to understand series, but even so, there's an unlockable extra mode that, while it changes only a few things here and there, the mini and major bosses are ramped up to the max, and your health is cut in half, so that's a big challenge, as well as it being a reference to previous extra modes in Kirby games, where they had stronger enemies and a smaller health bar. There's one thing I'll admit, is that the game absolutely has loads of references to previous Kirby games, and I like that a lot about it.
But enough small chit chat, let's get into the story. Magolor, who was the character who crash landed on Popstar, needs Kirby, DDD, Meta Knight and Bandana D's help to get back the piece of the Star Cutter and get Magolor on his way. You'll fight bosses of all kind, and even the best part, super abilities. These babies are the strongest version of the abilities I've seen, whamming through enemy after enemy. It's like they're unstoppable, and once you're near the end of the level, you'll slash through this final piece with the super ability, and blam, you're in a new dimension. These little dimensions are challenge stages to learn the abilities of classic Kirby, where you'll have to shake your Wii remote to activate Super Sug basically. This allows you to inhale larger and tougher enemies, or blocks that'll be stopping you in your path. And remember not to get crushed by that weird dimension-like wall closing on you. Finally, once you reach the end of the door, the end of the dimension, you will have a choice between two abilities. Choose wisely and keep going until you are stopped by Dimensional Doomer. These weird balls with wings will try to stop you before you can murder them. Once you've defeated the Doomer, you'll be awarded 2 energy spheres, which are the collectibles in the game and are also used to unlock challenge stages and mini games, which I'll get to soon. Finally, let's talk about this ending. We make it to HAL Kandra, where Magolor supposedly lives, he says, after which we travel through this mechanical dystopia, fighting a robot along the way called Metal General, and once we make it to Dangerous Dinner, and completely slam Landia and retrieve the crown from them. Magolor just swaps personalities on us and takes the crown for himself, becoming a god and planning on destroying the universe by taking out Popstar first. So what's next? Well, just Landia forgiving us, helping us into the another dimension portal, and casually just playing a side-scroller shooter. Though I will say this is definitely one of the greatest moments in the game, and the more original ones so far. But I can say that for most of the game, because most of the game has been incredible so far. Alright, so we got through another dimension, fighting the Starcutter, but evil, and now it's finally time to face Magolor in this final battle. In whatever dimensional wormhole we're in, he's done for. We choose our ability and get on with the fight. First phase is tough, I'll admit. You use the super ability at the end to take him out. But then we get to the almighty phase 2 with this banger Crown playing. It's Magolor's last chance to stop us. And here's a little Easter egg if you didn't already know. Each world spells out Crown if you go back and look through them. It's neat, honestly. Anyways, I'm getting distracted. The battle is intense, and we gain back the super abilities, thankfully, where we absolutely destroy Magolor, or Magolor's soul if you're playing extra mode. And finally, he's defeated with the shake of a Wii remote, and we've saved Popstar till another day or so when a villain tries to mess with Kirby. Now that we're done with the main game, let's see what's in store when getting all 120 energy spheres. Firstly, you'll unlock the challenge stages, which for me were the most mind-numbing to get platinum on. They're basically specific copy abilities you need to use your ability and go for the best score. And I'll admit, I mostly got silvers for all of these, and that shows how getting gold or higher is difficult, unless you're a Kirby master, of course. Though if I get either golds or silvers, it's still fun to go back and try boost my score, I will admit. I have gotten a lot greater scores than what I previously had, so I feel a little proud of that. Then there's these 2 mini games joining us on the adventure as well. Ninja Dojo is one of the mini games, it's no joke. You'll need to use your skills of flicking your Wii remote at the exact time the target passes. It's definitely a difficult mini game when you're aiming for bullseyes, because they can definitely be troublesome for most. I can admit that too. I've tried and failed too many times going for perfects. Don't try it, honestly. Then there's Scope Shot. That's more or less a shooter though. Trying to play this mini in solo is definitely difficult if you don't have people joining you on co-op, but I mean, I haven't played this mini game much, and there's definitely a reason for that. Overall, my opinions on this game is great. Even if I only replayed this game around 2 months ago, it's still been one of my favourite Kirby games so far in the series. And if you ask about why I didn't discuss the remake instead, I honestly just wanted to start with this version I grew up with and how it's just the perfect game to start with the Wiiview series as well. I could do a redux if you want me to, but overall I do prefer to talk about the original instead. I'd still give this classic gem an 8 out of 10, and I definitely replay it when I feel the time is right. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this review. Catch you later, everyone.